Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your podcast host, Hanju Lee, and you are listening to Better Golf Daily, where I introduce one concept, one research-backed idea, and one thing you can take straight to the golf course. Let's go. Okay, picture a mouse in a little box back in 1908, getting a mild electric shock every time it picks the wrong door. Not exactly a fun day for the mouth. But two researchers, Yerkes and Dotson, were running shock strength up and down to see when the mice learned the fastest. And what they found ended up explaining something that happens to every single one of us on a golf course over 100 years later. I love when the wildest possible experiment turns out to be the one that actually explains your round. Well, here's a quick recap, because we are on number four episode into the Golf Flow series. So our first of this series, which was episode 56, you can go back and listen to that. It's about flow showing up when the challenge matches your skill. Now, episode 57, which is second in this series, it's about real confidence that comes from proof, not hype. Episode 58, third in the series, the fear you feel over a putt is usually about who's watching, not the ball. And today we're going to talk about something a little different, your actual nervous system and why you can't be too calm to play well, which it really surprised me when I heard this. So back to the mice. Yerkes and Dawson found that the little bit of shock made the mouse learn faster. Barely any shock, they were sluggish, unmotivated, didn't care. But past a certain point, more shock didn't help either. It actually made them worse. Panicked, disorganized, couldn't think straight. Performance went up, peaked, then it came back down. Researchers since then have drawn that same curve for basically every kind of performance under pressure is an upside down U, and they gave it a name, arousal, which means how keyed up or activated your nervous system is in the moment. Too little arousal, you're flat. Too much, you're mess. There's a strip in the middle where you're actually sharp. We treat calm like it's always the goal. Just relax. Just breathe, just chill out. But that calm isn't actually the pick of that curve. It's the bottom of it. Now think about the emptiest, most low stakes round you've ever played. Nobody's around, nothing on the line, and you were sloppy, right? That low arousal wrecking you just as much as nerves do. The mouse that got zero shock didn't learn anything either. There's a twist here, and I think it's the part that I've actually found most useful, is that sweet spot isn't the same for every shot. It moves depending on what you're doing. A driver swing is big, is fast, it's kind of athletic, more like throwing a punch, and it can actually handle a decent amount of adrenaline. Sometimes even benefits from it. A putt is the opposite. Tiny muscles, small movement, total precision. That kind of task falls apart the second your hand gets jittery. So the exact same amount of nervous energy that might help you rip a drive absolutely wreck a 3-footer 10 minutes later. That's not you being inconsistent. That's just two completely different tasks needing two completely different levels of juice. So here's how this actually plays out over a real round. Say you tee off early, course is empty, nobody's around. And for 6 holes, you're just kind of drifting through it. Mishitting easy shots you'd normally never miss because honestly, you're a little bored. There's zero juice in the tank. Then you get to the back 9. You get paired off with a few more people, and maybe there's little money on the last few holes, and now you're gripping in it too tight, duffing chips you'd normally hit in your sleep. Same round, same golfer, two completely different problems. But they're actually the same problem, just on the opposite end of that curve. So here's what you actually do about it, and it's pretty simple once you know which side you're on. If you are bored, flat version, low energy, going through the motions, give yourself something to wake the system up a little before you swing. A bigger practice swing, a sharper exhale. Even just reminding yourself that this shot actually matters. You're trying to nudge yourself up the curve towards that sharp middle. If you are the jacked up version, hands little too tight, heart going, especially standing over anything delicate like a short putt or a pitch, do the opposite. One slow exhale, longer than your inhale. Shoulders down and give yourself an extra second before you pull the trigger. You're trying to bring yourself back down into that same middle strip from the other direction. It's honestly kind of fun thing to start noticing about your own game, whether you tend to run flat or run hot, because most golfers lean one way more than the other. And once you know your default, you know exactly which direction you usually need to nudge yourself. So next time somebody tells you just to relax out there, remember that's only half right. The real goal isn't calm. It isn't fired up either. It's finding your own version of that middle strip, shot by shot, and it is going to be slightly different spot for a driver than it is for a 3-foot putt. Okay, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Talk to you next time. Until then, remember, even a stressed out mouse in a science lab in 1908 could have told you too flat and too jacked up lose the same way. Somewhere in the middle is where good stuff happens. Bye for now.
A text says, "You're on my mind." A bouquet from 1-800-Flowers says, "You're my everything." Heartfelt moments belong in the real world, not just your phone. For 50 years, 1-800-Flowers has helped millions of people make memories that'll last a lifetime with gifts they'll cherish forever. Their expertly curated arrangements and gift baskets ship nationwide with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Don't wait for the next big moment. Make it when you visit 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast.